The other day, we were sending tax receipts for one of our nonprofit customers, and it took us a few hours. I can't imagine that it actually takes that much time. And even though we had a template ready, the total donation amount for each donor ready, and we were doing this somewhat in bulk, like we were sending it 200 donors at a time, and it took us that much time. I can't imagine how much time it would take if we had more donors, if we had more calculations to make, and if we had to generate PDFs and print PDFs and whatnot. The only part that is not exactly automatic, but we can partially automate it as well, is for those donors who do not have an email on file. And in that case, we can automatically get some system to generate those PDFs, receipts with the amounts for all of the donors in one single PDF, get that printed out, and then ready to be sent out to the donors. Another thing you can automate is entering, you don't have to enter online donations manually. If a donation, this especially happens when you have multiple fundraising platforms. You are getting some donations from Give Lively, some other donations from Launch Good, some other donations from Blackbot. So you have multiple sources of income, revenue, donations. When that happens, you do not keep copying and pasting. Instead, you could do a template import, which is a better method, but what would be best is to actually integrate the two systems, get the data to flow, the donations to flow automatically from one system to another. And this is not just tied to donations, but this is really any type of data. And another example is if you have event data, events and event attendance or volunteers, all of this can flow from one system to another automatically. You don't have to move this data manually. Additionally, we can automate campaigns and funds. So every time a donation comes in some season, let's say, for example, we have the back to school season. Anything that comes, any donation that comes this month, or maybe this and next month, should automatically be attached to the campaign back to school. Or sometimes if we have, let's say, a landing page, and this landing page is titled Feed a Family, any donation that comes through this landing page should go towards Feed a Family Fund. So instead of having to assign all of these donations manually, these rules and patterns, we can add them, automations basically, to automatically assign those donations to these campaigns or funds. The idea here is that the moment you see any pattern, any repetition, anything that you realize that it is the same all over again, whenever you see this pattern, you know that you can automate there. Similar to how we were talking about data like donations and events from other systems, you don't have to enter donations for volunteers and volunteer management manually either. And instead of having to, every time a volunteer signs up, we go ahead and create a sign up record or row for them in our Excel sheets or system. And instead of every time they check in, we go and create that manually. We can give them a portal to go and sign up there, check in there, attend and check out, and look at how many hours they have volunteered. And all of this data automatically flows into your sheets or systems. Another thing is manually following up with donors. A donor donated, and we need to send them a thank you email. And instead of sending this manually, pretty much any system nowadays would send that automatic email. Another situation that typically happens is that a donor made a pledge or a recurring donation. So they're supposed to make a donation at the beginning of every month, on the first of every month. So the first of current month came, the donation hasn't come yet. And then a couple of days pass without the donation coming in, and we need to send them a reminder. Would we also send this manually? We can get pretty much any system these days to create an automation. If this number of days pass without the donation coming, send a reminder to the donor. You can wait a few other days, and then if it still hasn't come through, send another reminder email, and then wait a few days. If it still hasn't come through, then you can create an alert, a task, an email to an internal person now to coordinate and talk to the donor about their pledge. And with AI these days, like automatic voice calls, I don't recommend it. I prefer human interaction. But the idea here is that we can automate some degree of the interactions with the donors. Another thing we don't do, I wish we were actually cleaning duplicates in our systems, but instead of actually manually cleaning them, we can apply some duplicate checks, some way to make it easier and take less time to manage duplicates, such as duplicate checks. So whenever you create a new record, the system lets you know, hey, watch out, there is a duplicate for this record. Or you're editing an existing record, the system tells you, hey, watch out, there is another record that looks similar to this one. And once you see that there is a duplicate, we need an easier way to remove the duplicate without losing data or merging these two duplicates together. So again, we need also a way to make it easier to merge those duplicates without losing data. And that part can partially be automated. It's not exactly a 100% automation there. There has to be some human eye because systems don't exactly detect everything. Bots usually understand by logic, and humans can see what the machine cannot exactly see. Next thing is donor tiers. So there's actually two parts to this part. The first thing is that the first thing is that we can have segmentation for donors. Some donors are tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, and tier 1 donors. The moment we want to perform these segmentations, like, are we going to do this manually? Instead, we should have a system that actually, looks at how much this donor has donated this year, how much they have donated last year, how much they have donated lifetime, and then tier them or give them segmentation based on that total amount. So the entire process can be automated. How much they donated this year, how much they donated last year, how much they donated lifetime, and then based on this year amount, this is their tier. Based on last year amount, this is their tier. Based on their lifetime amount, this is their tier. So the entire segmentation process can be automated. So this is one part of it. And then the other part is that the moment somebody moves from one tier to another, you need to know. So an automation there, once somebody moves from tier 4 to tier 3 or from tier 2 to tier 1, we need to be alerted to thank this person, talk to them, find out what motivated them to donate. You might find out that this particular campaign was successful, that it moved some people from one tier to another. You might find out that it's actually the other way around. This information might be helpful. If somebody is dropping from a major donor to a small donor, then we need to find out why. What's happening? Is it us? Is it them? Either way, it gives us insights and data to learn from and make better decisions. Now, we mentioned in the previous slide that we might be sending an email or an alert. This part can be automated. Let's say somebody now made a major gift. When a major gift is made, there might be some actions we need to do, such as contacting the donor, finding out how they came to donate, which campaign they made that donation to. So there might be some notifications, alerts, messages to be done. And instead of having to send that message manually to the team, probably to celebrate or to take action from the system or from the donation platform to an email or to Slack or to any messaging platform, this can also be automated. Now, one big important thing is reporting. Let's say, for example, you need to know how much donations we got this month. So total donation amount this month and probably total number of donors this month. Instead of having to build the same report again and again every month, what you would do is you might build 1 or 2 reports only. And these 2 reports would be dynamic, meaning one report is going to show you the total amount of donations this month. You see, the idea is you let the system know that I need it for this month. It shows you the donations for this month. Meaning if the current month is February, it's showing you February donations. Once we move from February to March, it's going to automatically shift to March donations. So this is the first report. The reason I said we might need 2 reports is that we need another one for last month. So last month reports, if right now we are in February, it's going to always show you January. Once we move to March, it's going to show you February. So, and you can build one dashboard to put them side by side. This month, last month. So every time you need to look at this information, you just open the dashboard. You see the data right there. It is updating the reports automatically, real time, shows you both data. You don't have to build this again and again every month. My name is Islam Ayub. I talk about systems for nonprofits. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.